What is up, guys? Steven here. Uh, so, just wanted to talk a little bit about. I actually went to my first IRL Pokemon Tournament a couple weekends ago. So, this is the team I brought. I actually ended up doing pretty well. I finished in second place. Got to meet some people that I've known vicariously online for a while, and promptly got sick, which is why I haven't been uploading a lot and don't have any Pokemon uploads, because I have not had my voice for several weeks, and now I can actually talk again. So that is why I wanted to record this. And yeah, so the team I made, I actually really enjoy. So it's Vileplume Torkoal, which I think is super fun. Butterfree is kind of seeing more usage because it's has more accurate sleep powder, and I guess it's probably better in more situations and can Gigantamax and do pretty neat stuff with that. But I really like After You with Torkoal, particularly for matchups like this where I can After You, presumably being faster than the T-Tar, and body press into it. So I max defense Torkoal so that body press does a lot of damage. I think I'm just gonna lead Vileplume Torkoal in this matchup. Really, the only thing I'm fearing is Hitmontop Rotom, because they could fake out something and then go for max water move. And then I think in the back in this matchup, I kind of want Bronzong, just because it does really well against most of their teams. So it kind of just beats Rotom pretty well. Definitely beats Drill unless it's Mold Breaker, which is probably not with T-Tar. And then it does well against Togekiss unless it's the Weakness Policy Max Flare set. And I'll bring Lax because it's also really nice in this, as they actually do dislead. They do dislead with Sand. And I'm just going to Sleep Powder the Drill and Body Press the T-Tar, hoping that it does not Dynamax. But it looks like I got this play a little incorrect. So that's pretty unfortunate. But I probably do outspeed the T-Tar anyway. So I can just Sleep Powder it here anyway and just try to Belly Drum as Drill gets a first turn Wake, which is just horrible, and we flinch. You know, this could have gone better. I think that's probably game. My only real play is Bronzong and switch out and Max Guard. But yeah, it was actually really fun to go to a tournament in real life. Just getting to meet people was really neat. And I'm probably gonna go to some more events in the future. I don't think I can win this. Maybe if that had missed. Yeah, I mean, this was really unfortunate game, but potentially we can still win. I mean, we had to hit all our moves and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it was cool to go. Sword Shield is definitely super neat in that it's really easy to get Mons in game. Kind of the only thing that's somewhat difficult still is getting it with if you prefer Apricorn Balls, which I generally do. Just getting the Apricorn Ball you want can be a little challenging, but then everything else from there can just be changed from that. In the future, I'll probably be uploading battles from in-game. I just didn't really have time this weekend to record anything like that. I'm currently 300 on the in-game ladder, rank 300. With this team, I'm thinking about building something new for maybe the next tournament I go to. I felt like hard Trick Room was really good at the beginning of the meta, which is when I went to the tournament 2 weeks ago. People have kind of adapted and found ways around it now, like Chandelier is really common, that make it not quite as good. And I'm definitely bringing Torkoal on the back because it puts in work if... So I'm a little bit nervous about like a fake tiers max Phantasm. So there's kind of there are some options I have for that. I could like ally switch, predicting that, and I think that's what I'm gonna go for, as that is not at all what happens. Maybe it's just a max darkness coming out, as our Lax gets crit again. But we did get the ally switch off, which was super nice, and that like totally would not have killed Dusclops, so I'm fine with that because I'm Facade, and we're gonna get our Spadef back here anyway. So I really like Snorlax in the current meta because it can kind of do what it's doing right now, which is our opponent left. It can kind of like sit there and accumulate defense boosts, like in some situations. Alternatively, it can belly drum and just kind of do well, and it's in a really neat like speed tier because it's faster than pretty much all of like the common Trick Room mons, because the Trick Room mons in this meta are super duper slow, but it's still slower than pretty much everything else. So it does really well against Trick Room, but also is good in Trick Room. As it looks like we're gonna have two games here. So I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp the Hitmontop because it's somewhat of a threat, and I'm just gonna Steel Spike the Grimmsnarl and get the defense boost for my friends. Like ultimately in this game, I think, yeah, that's really fine because now we get to just bring in Torkoal and start being a menace. If it's Wide Guard Hitmontop, then we've been counter-teamed. Alright, so we're just gonna Eruption and Facade the Grim, and then in this game we need to pick a lead. I don't see too much that prevents Vileplume Torkoal from being good. Dusclops is kind of like a must-bring against Grimmsnarl Mudsdale because I can get a faster Wisp off against it, and then Snorlax does pretty well in the back. I kind of want to just like after you Eruption, and that's what I'm gonna go for. I don't think there's gonna be a fake out here. As there's a Helping Hand, Sucker Punch. That actually did a pretty respectable amount. And then we crit there. I'm not really sure how much that mattered, but I'm just gonna target down the Rotom if I can. And I actually burned. This is the last turn of Trick Room. That Avalugg, ooh, with screens. Interesting. Is it gonna like Rock move? Oh, Quake. That's interesting. But I think I can just like Heat Wave Sleep Powder here. And it does carry Foul Play, so that's good information to have. Because I can just probably Belly Drum Sludge here. Alright, in this I need to just Body Press Facade, and that actually just takes out the Rotom. Didn't expect that guy to come back. Maybe that was his ruse. Poison? Nice. So, unless the Avalugg wakes up, we just got a free Belly Drum, and we're gonna be... we are faster than it, which is super nice. And nothing on his team... Yeah, like nothing on his team really wants to deal with this. So I think I'm just gonna Steel Spike the Avalugg to try to take it out. And just Sleep Powder the Mudsdale. So this is why I really like the Vileplume lead, just because like you're so fast, and you just get these really good opportunities to just put a bunch of stuff to sleep. So Lapras comes in, and I'm honestly just gonna go after it and hard into Dusclops, because ultimately I'm gonna try to get up Trick Room so that I can beat the Mudsdale reliably. I did not get a berry back, but that's not too big of a deal, because I can just Steel Spike Trick Room, and I think I'm in a pretty good spot. So I can actually just ally switch Facade. Yeah, so Trick Room may have been not the best play there, just because of the way the speed turns worked at the end. But yeah, this team is super fun. VGC is actually really fun. The Dynamax mechanic is super good for it. Just because it just, in singles, it was just too much, because like the bulk is just insane and you can't really handle it. Whereas in doubles, like you can double target it, and Trick Room is like much more viable, much more common in doubles. So like the super fast heavy hitters that would want to Dynamax aren't as annoying because generally like Trick Room is an option, and you just have more answers to it, like Follow Me, to kind of drag away the attacks and beat it with what you want to beat it with. Really, I think the most effective Dynamaxers are like the bulky ones that can stay around for a lot of turns. So stuff like Mudsdale is really good. That's why I like Snorlax, Rhyperior. Like, those bulky mons are really difficult to deal with when they get that boost, because even double targeting sometimes isn't enough. Particularly like Follow Me support is really nice for those kind of things, because they can just accumulate defense boosts. So I definitely like the Dynamax mechanic. I'm definitely liking VGC. So like I said, probably going to go to more tournaments. I guess I'll link down in the description the VOD to the tournament I was at. And yeah, hope to see y'all later. Peace.